Thank you very much. I think you said my first delivery was passionate. I think Austin has just
he took it over, yes.
Taken that to another level. It's the truth. We see an inflection point for us as a nation and as an industry. I listened to the IOCs largely speak, and underlying everything they say is portfolio rationalization. Nigeria, if you do not get your act together, you will rank so low, there will be no more money for you. I'm paraphrasing here. Okay? If you do not pay your debts, you will not be advanced more capital for projects. Simple. And I think the point Austin was trying to make was, how do we understand that this inflection point has come, support indigenous players to be able to shift naturally into these roles? Some of us that are there already, I wrote down a few things: security, policy, funding, infrastructure. And in that order, I think the panel have taken those points, so I'm not going to rehash any of them. Security is a big issue. And if, as independents, we can't get over that issue and deliver on all our commitments to our funders, in essence, there will be no future for the independents. And I think for us, that's the underlying issue there. How do we continue to sustain the investment that goes into the acceleration of crude extraction that must happen before the world completely dries up? We have 30 years, probably. Completely dries up of financing for fossil fuels. Ogasembi is here. He's been absolutely immense in pushing local content, almost ramming it down everyone's throat. And we've seen, yes, and we've seen the 100% ramming it down. Yes, they are testing. And it must be like that. That's the intentionality that we're talking about. We've come into a PIA that's transitioning, and we continue to have engagements with our regulators at the NUPRC to move the act from what it is today to something that supports the very, very fast evolving ecosystem we found ourselves. It's critical. The engagement is critical. But I say all this to point at one thing. Action can no longer be excused. If we don't act, we would end up with a transition. They're all leaving the onshore and shallow water. In essence, those investments don't stack up anymore for them. We're assuming those roles, and without the right support, Nigeria's production would dwindle very, very quickly. On the back of that, I just want to add that as responsible independents as well, we're not just focused on oil and gas. We've made significant leaps into the renewable space. We've got a wholly separate renewable clean energy subsidiary at Owando that's doing interesting things across solar, electric vehicle, even thermal production of power. From all the wells we've drilled in the Niger Delta, we can actually use those wells to produce power to run our operations. So we're looking broadly and have created these investments, and the same for CEPLAD. But again, we just need that support. And I think the regulators know exactly what we've been speaking to them about. So I will pause there for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.